Welcome to part 2 on the Kiev 60, or maybe better said, a retry on part 1. Because in my previous video I had some issues with this camera and it was in need of repair. The film advance was not working. So I brought the camera back to Hans de Graaf at the Foto Vakhuis in Haarlem and he repaired the camera within a day. A very short turnaround time. Thanks Hans, greatly appreciated. So see here, we now have the heavy Kiev 60, a beast of a camera, back again, and I'm eager to shoot through a roll of Kodak Gold 200. In my previous video, it was also loaded up with that same roll of film, and I was using an extreme wide angle 30mm lens. This lens is equivalent to a 17mm in 35mm format. We had the film developed even though we had overlapping negatives, and I was able to salvage one image to show you, which I took with that extreme wide angle lens. And as I mentioned in my previous video, this lens puts a whole new perspective on composition, and it is something that you need to prepare with the right subject matter. So I've chosen to leave this wide angle lens at home for now, and I'm going to be making a separate video on this lens. It's something I really need to prepare in advance. So I'm going to be taking the camera out with the moderate wide angle. It's a 65mm, which is equivalent to 36mm in 35mm format. And besides only using the waist level viewfinder, I now also have a prism viewfinder. So these things I will be taking out: the tele lens, the wide angle, and also the standard 80mm lens I'll be leaving at home for a next video. I'm going to go out and shoot some photos. Again, I'm very eager to discover what kind of results I can achieve. I'm going to be making those photos in my hometown of Kampen, so let's get going. Before I show you the results that I was able to achieve, I need to get something off of my chest. When I received the scans from Hans de Graaf at the Foto Vakhuis, it did feel something like a déjà vu. Huey Lewis had a song back in the day which was called "It's Hip to Be Square." Well, with regards to shooting in square format, it's just not my cup of tea. I always have difficulty in making the correct composition shooting in square format. And yes, I did shoot a lot with my Hasselblad in the past in a 6x6 format, but even then it was always a challenge in getting the right composition. Luckily, it's a big negative, so I was able to crop and adjust the image to my taste, but again, I'm not really satisfied with the composition of my results. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Enjoy the images.